Today we have an amazing video. We're speaking about how to add value to your emails. When I think of value, I think of ways to convert people more. And this is how you do it with your emails. If you want more sales in your email marketing, you need to start priming your audience. When I say priming, I mean put specific messaging in front of them that will prepare them for your sales messaging. It may sound like you're doing double work, but trust me, in the long run, you will see results. The best thing about priming your audience, you're not doing anything salesy or invasive. All you're doing is preparing them to receive the messaging from your sales copy. As I said before, this is a great way to actually drive sales. So I've prepared a few scenarios and a few phrases that you can use in your messaging right now that will help you convert more. Some of these may sound super simple, but the way I see it is simplicity is usually best. At the end of the day, you want more people to relate to what you're saying. And the best way to do that is to make sure the language you use isn't too complicated. This one's a really good one. Here's how to. It's simple, straight to the point, and will have your audience racing to find out what you're exactly going to show them. Just make sure you don't mess them about for too long and you get straight to the meat of the topic. Personally, I've always found that in sales, the simpler the language, the higher the chance of converting. So don't complicate it. Trust me, when you try this one out, you'll be shocked at how effective it is. Now, before I go on to the next tip, if you like this content and you want to see more of it, then click the link in the description below or the comment section. I have a free guide which will show you how to build your own inbound marketing funnel that will teach you how to get leads on autopilot. This guide will walk you through the benefits and the essential steps to get you started quickly. Try this one. You can do so much with. This is another one that sparks curiosity because people will be wondering what tools, what methods are you using to maximize your actual results. I've also found that it has a fantastic element of storytelling to it. It kind of has a sense of getting straight to the point, but also framing it. It has a kind of vibe where it sounds like you're going to get straight to the point, but also seems like you're framing it where you're not going to take too long to get there. And on top of that, it sounds like the advice that you're going to give is going to be amazing. So it's win-win-win. So make sure you try this one out when you want to describe a tool or a new piece of software that you think is amazing that you want your audience to try out. You definitely need to try this phrase out in your email messaging to get more conversions. Learn how to. This one simply just works. At the end of the day, we all want to get better at something, and if we're part of a tailored email list, let's say we sign up to an email list full of copywriters and we see a title that says learn how to, you're going to want to read that. It sparks curiosity, and also because your email list should actually be more honed into one set of people, you know those set of people will probably be like, this is probably going to give me something that I'm going to learn a lot from, which is fantastic. It's great. Seeing as your email list is usually going to be a set type of people, when you put something like learn how to, usually you want to follow it up with something that's super specific for your audience that will help get them to the next level. And because your audience also know that, when they see that, it triggers something in their mind where they're like, I'm going to learn how to do something or improve on something that I was doing before. So it's a win-win all around. But at the same time, don't use it as clickbait because that could really backfire. You could make people feel like your content is clickbaity and also no value. Now, when you use this and use it effectively with good tools and tips that will help your audience, it makes you come across like more of an expert, which will lead to more leads and more sales in the long run. Win. I like this one so much because it shows that you're owning this. You are saying to them, yes, you're going to get them results. I'm confident you'll see progress after you. This is so good because at the end of the day, you are in a position of being the expert. And you are basically telling them, after you do this, I know you'll get results in what you're doing. Now, your audience, they are looking to you for advice and to point them in the right direction. And if you're doing that, and if you say something like you're confident that they will definitely get results after this, fair enough, you can't guarantee, but you're pointing them in the right direction. And there's a certain level of confidence that you're instilling into these people that if they take the right steps and do this, they're going to get good results. So this is an amazing one to use. Personally, I just love how positive it is. And if your advice is usually spot on, it just further solidifies how you are seen as an expert to your audience. And another great win is the fact you know in your head that they're gonna see their success directly linked to the advice you give, which also, by the way, will make them more likely to become a client of yours in the future. So you need to try this one out when you get a chance to. This is one of my favorite phrases to use in my emails. I put together some of the most useful tutorials which, straight from the beginning, you're adding value, you've got curiosity, and you know you're going to help someone. People will be intrigued and they will definitely want to read on. People usually want these 3 things the most when they're in business: to reduce the amount of time it takes, to increase the amount of money it makes, and to heighten the way the experience makes you feel. If you can do any one of these 3 things in your content, you're going to have people lining up to hear what you have to say. Again, all of these phrases are great to use. This is another one I really like. I thought you might find this useful. Now, the reason I really like this is very conversational. On top of that, what you are doing, you're framing yourself in a position where it sounds like you're thinking about that person personally. And it may sound like a very small thing, but it goes a long way because it shows you care. And things like that help you connect with your audience on a more personal level. It's just a brilliant way of building a loyal following. And it's such a nice way to introduce these people to your brand and make them understand that you're the go-to person. It also sounds like you're not just putting content out there for the sake of putting content out there. You're actually putting content that will help this specific group of people because you said that you thought it would help them. What's new since you left? Lots. Starting with, this may sound like a random sentence, but trust me, it gets people thinking because all you're doing is you're updating them on what they've missed. So you've told them, look, you've missed out on a few things. Here's what's new and here's probably what you should try out. They're going to be like, okay, come on, tell me, I'm listening. It also sounds more like an opinion rather than you're saying a fact, which is a good thing because at the end of the day, we are not robots, we're all people. And the more robotic you sound in your emails, the less likely people want to read them and the more boring it sounds. My advice is always to write the way you talk. That way it gets your message across a lot easier. And when people start to get more used to your brand and everything, it looks and sounds more authentic. And that's what you want. Plus, this sentence is fantastic at getting engagement from your audience. So try it out. Now, at this point of the video, you're probably thinking, what do I do next? How do I get started? Personally, I think you should start with this video where it will go through how to grow your email list organically fast. Try that out and see how that goes. Anyway, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this and I look forward to seeing you next time. Like and subscribe if you want more content like this.